If you're a law firm that's relying on billboards and other outdated forms of ads, then you're missing out on lead generation. The way that clients find law firms has changed. And if you're not visible online to clients, you're basically invisible to them. My name is Dr. Vincent Day, owner, founder of Vujade Creative Digital Agency. We work with law firms. We help them get more clients through omni-channel marketing. To compete in today's market in a digital economy, ultimately you need an omni-channel approach. What's happening right now is many firms are over-reliant on one approach, right? They are operating from a single modality marketing strategy. And what that means is they're relying on social media or they're relying simply on a website. And what happens is most clients are looking in multiple places, right? They're probably not going to social media at all to find a lawyer, right? What they're doing is they're going to a search engine, right? And what that means is they're picking up their phone or they're going to their laptop and they're typing something along the lines of divorce lawyer near me or DUI lawyer in Pennsylvania. Now, what we need to do is we need to make sure that we position you effectively so you're showing up in a number of places at the very top of that search engine, right? Because people aren't going to Facebook and they're not going to Instagram. They're not going there actively looking for a lawyer. Similarly to how when they're driving down Interstate 95, they're not necessarily thinking about where they can find a lawyer. So when we're thinking about an omni-channel approach, when we're looking for new clients, what we need to do is we need to make sure that we show up in front of them where they're searching, and that's typically on a search engine. On the other hand, when we think about developing affinity with clients that you have or clients that you've had in the past, we want to make sure that we are showing up for them also, right? Because if someone gets divorced, it does not mean that this is the last time that they're going to need a lawyer. Maybe they need a lawyer for something else differently later. And if you're putting out content on social media that shows your expertise, then they're likely to come back to you, especially if they've had a good experience with you. And also there's an opportunity using social media to run ads. Now with organic social media, you're putting yourself in front of a percentage of your followers. So if let's say you have 5,000 followers, there's an algorithm built into every social media channel that makes it so your content only goes in front of a percentage. It might be 1%, it might be 5%, it might be 10%, depending on how good you are with social. Now, what ads allow you to do is, Facebook, Instagram, these other social media tools, as long as you're willing to pay them, they're willing to put your content in front of a bigger audience. So instead of just putting your organic content out in front of maybe 200 people, you have the ability to throw a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 at an ad and instantly get your content in front of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people that may or may not be searching for your services while they're on social. So when we're thinking about omni-channel marketing, it's important to have your content in multiple places. Right now, I am in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. So you're going to see a couple of different things when you go to a search engine. The various sections of a search engine, it takes different types of efforts. Now, at the very top of a search engine result, the first thing are local service ads. To rank in a local service ad, basically, it doesn't involve keyword research. It's about a couple of different things. Number one is proximity. Right? So the closest lawyers in your area, they're going to show up. But first, number one, you need to have a Google local service ad listing. And all you have to do is apply for that, right? And once you apply for that, that does not mean that you're going to rank number one, right? If I click here, you're going to see that all of these businesses here are running LSAs. Now, for you to rank in the top 2 or 3 of LSAs, you need to make sure a couple of different things. I like to call them the 3 R's. So number one is radius, right? To make sure, so it's basically lawyers in your area are going to show up. Number 2 is reviews, right? So the more reviews they have, the more likely you are to show up at the top. And then number 3 is response time, right? So if someone finds you via a local service listing, they're going to click here. If you answer, great. If not, and they leave you a message, then you need to make sure that you're responding to them, right? Because again, those 3 R's are how you show up for local LSAs. So again, radius, reviews, response time. That's how you rank locally. for LSAs. So to rank in the pay-per-click section, which is the traditional paid ads section of a search engine, that becomes a bigger investment, both financially and in terms of the effort that you put into it, because this involves a lot of keyword research. With local service ads, has nothing to do with keywords aside from you pick the services that you offer to people and then you can rank for those services. But down to rank for traditional pay-per-click ads, you need to do keyword research, right, to make sure that you're showing up for the terms that people are actually searching. And you need to make sure that you have a budget that is going to beat your competitors, because if they're willing to pay $200 per click and you have a budget threshold that suggests that you're willing to pay $50 or $100, they're going to rank higher than you because Google values the money that you give them above all else, right? Aside from keyword research, your budget is really important to rank for pay-per-click ads. Down here, local SEO, the Google Maps pack. To rank here involves a couple of different things. Number one, you need to have an optimized website. You need to have a website that Google sees that is secure, it is optimized, and it's speedy. So when someone goes to your website, we need to make sure that it loads quickly and it answers questions. Aside from that, we need to make sure that we have a lot of reviews. Close to 5-star reviews you have, the better. That's social proof. Google values social proof. It shows that people trust you and that you've done good work for them. Aside from that, you need to make sure that you need to have citations. And what citations are, they're similar to backlinks, and it's basically important outlets on the internet showing your listing. If you're a lawyer, you need to make sure that you're showing up in Google. You need to make sure you have a listing in Yelp. You want to have listings on social media. You want to make sure that you have listings in your niche, right? So you need to make sure that you have an optimized website. You need to make sure that you have a lot of reviews, and you need to make sure that you are showing up on local listings. Below that is the organic listings, and organic listings, Google is all about answering questions, right? So you need to make sure that you come up with a content strategy that answers questions that people are asking in this area, right? So you want to make sure that you have your service pages on your website that have keywords associated with what people are searching. And then you need to make sure that you have other content in the form of guides, blog posts, other types of resources, infographics that answer questions. The more questions that you can answer via your content, the more likely you are to rank highly in the organic section of Google, because Google will see you as a subject matter expert, and then they will rank you highly above your competitors. So the importance of omni-channel marketing becomes very clear, because if you are operating out of a single modality marketing strategy, you may show up in one place. However, if you're operating from an omni-channel marketing strategy, we're going to help you to ensure that you're showing up at the very top of the search engine for local service ads, that you're showing up pay-per-click, which is right below the local service ads. You're showing up in your local SEO via the Google Maps pack, and then you're showing up organically. This is how holistically you're going to show up through an omni-channel approach to make sure that you are appearing where people are searching. We helped a personal injury firm double the number of their leads in 6 months through an omni-channel marketing approach by helping them with their local SEO, by helping them rank in the top 3 of the Google Maps pack, by establishing a local service ad presence, and by building and optimize the website, right? And the one other thing that's really important that we were able to help this firm is by increasing their reviews. Many lawyers don't concentrate on reviews because they're not sure how it will help. I'm here to say that social proof is really important for 2 reasons. Number one, it will help with Google, right? Google recognizes this is social proof. It validates you as a firm that has helped people with their problems, right? And number two, if you're a client that's online searching for a personal injury lawyer, there's a ton of competition, right? And even if you're showing up in the local service ad section, you're showing up in the Google Maps pack, you're showing up organically, what they want to know is that you've done this before. And the way that we're able to do that is through Google reviews. We have a strategy to help automate that, to help you increase your reviews dramatically by gaining a review from every client when they are most happy, right? And once we're able to do that, then we can get those reviews flowing basically on an automatic basis each month. If you're a law firm that is employing a marketing strategy, chances are you're investing a lot of money on billboards and antiquated strategies to find clients. What that means is that you're probably not getting the number of qualified leads that you want on a monthly basis. At Vuja Day, we will help you create an omni-channel marketing approach to make sure that you have an approach that will allow you to beat the competition, right? An approach that is not outdated, an approach that is novel and unique and will allow you to beat out the competition by showing up at the top of Google. Your next client is searching on Google right now for your services, and you're not appearing, but your competition is. Reach out to Vujade Creative Digital Agency so we can make sure that you're not employing an outdated lead generation strategy. What we're going to do is develop an omni-channel marketing strategy to make sure that you are the firm that shows up for that client that is searching for your services.